and welcome to this trade recap playlist. So I put this playlist together because I'm a firm believer in it doesn't really matter what strategy you use to enter and trade the market. I found what truly matters is when you start trading the live market and all the fun psychological games that come with it. Things such as like revenge trading, FOMO, greed, a bit of patience. I've been fortunate enough to be trading now for about 5 years, full time for coming up 3 years. I found that throughout these 5 years, I've learned so much from trading the live market, and my favourite thing about trading is that I continue to learn. I've only scraped the surface, I know it. Every time I step onto the charts, I learn something new, whether it be about the charts, whether it be like a mirror into my own psyche. And I saw it as a bit of a blessing that midway through last year, I went back to week 1, day 1. I had no capital in my personal trading account, and I also lost my funding. And I saw it as a blessing that now I can record every trade that I take, every lesson that I learn. Not just for my own benefit, but hopefully to help you guys too. So maybe we don't have to make the same mistakes twice. You can just learn from my mistakes and become more consistent, profitable traders, because that's the plan, right? And also the good times as well. You know, there's a lot of real nice parts of trading. For now, I've timestamped these videos down the bottom with the intro, this waffle, so you don't have to listen to this every time, thank God. The actual video breakdown of the trade itself, the entry criteria diagram as well, and also the proof of these trades. I want to be completely transparent with you guys and share every single trade that I take, and I'll be taking screenshots of my broker, of my personal broker, of my STMO account and my trade copiers, so you can see that every trade that I show you is every single trade that I take. I really hope this channel helps you, and I enjoy making the videos. They actually really help me as well. And if you do like them, please give it a like, give it a subscribe, all that good stuff, and I really look forward to seeing you guys on the charts. Take it easy, bye. Okie dokie, so let's break this one down on the charts then. So as per, just gonna mark the low of the 15-minute time frame here of where I started to look for longs from, as this is the next day and we're actually going to start on the daily. And yeah, this was a win, by the way, so we kind of tapped and we went back up a bit, which was nice. So yeah, starting from the daily, still looking at this big sell to buy that's flipped this substructure level of supply, but has kind of gone on to dribble and break this level of supply up here as well. But again, these levels of supply haven't actually broken anything significant to the left. You could say this is a stronger flip because it has this level of supply has broken through this level of demand. So this being broken is stronger. In fact, I don't know why I haven't got that marked out. I had to do all the remarkings when TradingView lost half my drawings. That's quite an important bit of a point of interest actually. That makes that a bit stronger. What a wally. Never mind. So yeah, we are bearish on the daily, swing structure wise. Pretend that badge is not there yet. But we have, this is a bit messy, isn't it? Go away. Excuse me, guys. So swing structure, look, we are bearish. Right, that one's not been broken yet, so it's not a swing point. But we have created a supply, inside bar, supply to demand range flip. So yeah, it was looking interesting. Anyway, it becomes a lot clearer on the 4 hour. I took this in New York, I took this in the evening. I come back from the spa, I was pretty much ready for bed. but I did have this point of interest marked out for a while because I liked it. So I was up, I was alert, I was present and peaceful. So I was happy to stay up a little bit longer. That's what we get paid for sometimes, eh? So yeah, let's look at the 4-hour ranges. So swing structure wise, this supply to demand range flip has actually caused a swing structure break as well. So we're actually now bullish on the 4-hour, and we had flipped this strong level of supply because it's been tested and it actually broke, and then it got broken back, which was nice. We have mitigated this level of supply. Just there are stuff deeper into it as well, but as of yet it has failed to break any level of demand to the left, so it's a weak high. And I like this point of interest. It's juicy. And then when I liked it down here is because it swept this low, which is a nice bit of liquidity. And it was looking even cleaner on the 15-minute as well, which we'll go to now. So anyway, let's have a look at this. So I've said we're pro trend because the 4-hour swing structure and daily range is good. Serving from a point of interest that created a flip. 3 days, create a flip. Yep, that'll do on that. 15-minute. Get rid of the. There she goes. So we're going to go back to this area here. Not the cleanest, I'm not going to lie, but I was breaking it down, it was making sense. I'm not going to go into it, but there's a lot of flip order flow going on here. If you come from like different strategies and stuff, this is like a big level of support and resistance, and this just keeps going back and back. These are just like a strong support resistance level, strong flip level, and this level of supply that has come down, tested, broken. I think we actually took some trades here. Has come down, swept liquidity, mitigated, come back up. I had this as inducement, but we're going to mark this down as inducement as well. You basically just want a low before a flip, before a breakout, where most people would be having their, not people, algorithms, whatever you want, will have their stops underneath breakout low, and we're going to sweep those stops and get the fuel down here. So 15-minute, do we have flip inducement on the 15-minute and on the higher time frame? This big badger here is our 4-hour sweep as well, and all this is inducement before this 4-hour flip. This is where this break has originated from, and there's lots of low points here to sweep. Are we serving from the point of interest that swept liquidity? Yeah. Okay. Was this clean? Doesn't matter. In 1 minute. Go down to this badger. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that. I'll tell you what, right, I've taken so many trades recently, just having absolute swings at this challenge. I've got a video coming on all the challenge trades I've been taking, because I haven't actually recorded them as data, because half of them don't actually fit the edge. A lot of psychological stuff kicking in, but I haven't taken them on my live account because they haven't fit the edge. And the only reason I'm taking them is because they look half tempting, and only got a couple of days left of the extension of our challenge. So excuse me if I've lost my bearings a little bit on what trade is what, but let's break it down. See if I remember this right. All looks the same, doesn't it? That was our choc low. That's our choc long. Got a little flip there. I do remember this. That wasn't that clean. Wanted a bit more of a break. Yes. What is this? No inducement there, really. Nah. Yeah, that's not like an inducement before flip. You know, that's not really that strong enough. That's a flip, but we haven't really got any inducement here yet. That's a flip. That's inducement. Yeah. So look at the 5 seconds. Maybe I had something clearer on that. That's nice. Mitigation. Really, I want to be covering the low, but happy to go from there. Can you see? Sorry. It's quite good actually. Good test of memory. So here's our flip here. Yeah, look. See how? Yes. This is why I know a lot of people don't like the seconds, but it really is just more information. And as long as you're looking at these tiny key details in important places, it's handy, right? So me really like looking at this breakout. Apparently, you know, I said this isn't really flip inducement because it's not actually kind of broken through any level of supply. This is how kind of particularly you can be on a 5 second. You can say that's a buy to sell that has flipped this level. That just makes sense. If this is on the daily and you saw that kind of price action, you know, that's a point of interest, isn't it? Buy to sell that breaks out of a range that's caused a flip, mitigation, order flow, gone on to break. I mean, it kind of makes sense. And this hasn't really broken out of it yet. Sorry, I'm kind of digressing a little bit here. But I'm just wanting to explain the thought process and why I didn't see this as the flip and therefore not flip inducement. There's a flip here, but I've got no inducement. So I was waiting for this area of supply to break because it got inducement. So I was like, hell yeah. And yeah, probably looking for anything in that area. Covering the low. This is probably completely not what I had. But if I was to retake this trade with no emotion or whatever, this would be it. Okay. I'll cover the low. Maybe something there. Let's have a look. What else happens? Oh. Ah, now I remember this. Yeah, this was nice. Because it built more inducement, more liquidity to be swept. I can't remember what I would have had as my entry though. What was I looking at? That is nice. I'm ready to go from here. I am ready to go from here. Can you see how that's a again a little wick. This area here. Mitigated. Let's zoom right in again. Look at this. Don't look at this at the 5 second. Look at this at all time frames. Buy to sell. Gone down. Mitigated this all the flow. Come back up. Tested. Failed to break the low. Gone on to break. There's a nice flip. right? Even see before this flip, this is our flip inducement on the 5 second. I bet, honestly, I can't remember if it taps this would be lovely. Probably go below it. The thing about 5 seconds is it's nice to look at this, but I'm not just going to cover, I'm not going to look for an entry with, I don't know, one pip stop loss and look at here. You know what I mean? Like, you still got to give room for all the other kind of 5 seconds, what's making sense as well. It's just like where I start looking at, well, I'm going to hit market execute once it comes into this area, because it could go from here, and it still can go from, these sweeps down here as well, the extremities. Okay, but I just like it as information to where to enter my actual entry price. And yeah, that's that. From where I said I would have it now. There you go. Not covering the low. I want to cover the low though. Maybe something like that. There you go. Yeah. That looks pretty familiar. Let's get that off. Winners. There she was. Okay, so I was actually covering this bit here. I had a 4 pip stop loss. Sorry guys. That's why I wasn't being greedy. So just a minute ago I was looking at 3.5 and wanting to be a bit lower down, which would have been nicer. There we go. But I obviously wanted to actually not have this trade go without me, and I just made a bigger stop loss. So yeah, happy days. So we got filled in there. Sorry, I didn't get the Where's my broker, man? Let me just pause 1 sec. So here we are. So again, I've been taking a lot of trades. I've actually taken a loss this morning, today. So this is the trade we're on now, and it was yesterday, 6th of the 6th, New York. As I said, in the evening when I've come back. I'm in Bali, so a bit later on in the evening. So that is 2 hours difference. I can't do my maths. 14:55 at 7:09. Where are we? 7:09. Stop loss 669. Stop loss 669. Take profit 869. We'll have a look at why that's different. Oh, because it's nowhere near on the page. That's right. And yeah, 8:55. 14:55. Heads in my ass. Yeah, 2 hours difference. 14:55. Yeah. Anyway, we'll do that in proof. And that was copied over to my challenge as well. As I said, like, you're going to see the other video of my challenge trades, and that has just been very interesting little journey. Yeah, what mad challenge this has been, especially when you look at some of my previous trade recaps. I've literally got to like 9.5, 9.7, 3 times, definitely the 9s, 3 times in a running trade, and not gone. And now I'll cover it in a challenge video. This is this trade recap. Sorry. Anyway, yeah. So we tapped, caused another lovely kind of flip, which we'll see in a sec. Lovely flip inducement. I was aware that we could come back again and tap this area, and yeah, I will touch a little bit on the challenge trades, because the challenge trades have been stressing me out, because it's not the edge, and I've been watching the trade because I'm waiting to manually execute because I've got to take profit, and I've traded a little bit different, and it's from chatting to, not blame game, but I've been chatting to a very successful trader out in Bali, and yeah, he was telling me how he was doing these challenges, and he just does the different risk to reward, and you got to trade it differently. And I have done that in the past, and it has been good in the past. And all these trades you've been seeing, I've literally just pretended the challenge not been there, and I've just been having the trade copier, trade as a trade, same risk management. Anyway, recently I've been changing it because a couple of days, 1.5 risks, and all that good stuff, and it's been stressing me out a bit. However, the edge strategy that I love with all my heart, I've been very happy to just set this, and I went to bed. And I can't remember the last time I traded in the evenings and actually had a trade running while I was sleeping. I just had a take profit, and I literally went to sleep, and I slept like a baby. So I didn't see any of this. I think when I saw this breakout, I was knackered. I was just like, I was gone. I think maybe 10 past 3 is, it's my 10 past 10 at night. So I didn't watch any of this. And she obviously got a little bit close. I'm glad I wasn't watching. But then we hit it. And we hit it, would have been an hour watching the screen until 11 o'clock at night for no reason at all. But I was very happy to just, what will be. Very happy with this setup. Great high time frame narrative. Good 15-minute setup. Lovely 1 minute entry. That's picture perfect. I'll take a screenshot of that. Whatever happened with this trade, I was sleeping like a baby. And to wake up with a nice 4% profit was lovely. I actually woke up in the middle of the night at about 2 a.m. And couldn't help myself and had a little check. And I went on to the laptop to just make sure it closed as well. Like my broker had actually closed the account. I ended up taking a trade on a challenge. But that's to come in another video. But yeah, that is that. Happy days. Hope that made sense. I do promise I'm going to try and make these recaps a little bit smaller, because that's quite a basic trade and it's still 20 minutes of probably a lot of waffle. But as I say, like, these recaps isn't so much about teaching the strategy. That is to come. I am building content to actually explain each part of the strategy in detail and the reasoning behind it. But this is more about my thought processes at the time and the little lessons that I learn, and the sort of, I don't know, just the journey of it, really, trading live. I suppose the thing to take away from that was really happy that, when it's an edge that you're comfortable in and you understand and you back, you can go to sleep on it. It's a sign that, I reckon that's a pretty good sign that you're at peace with whatever strategy you're trading. Cool. Okie dokie, guys. I will see you on the charts next time. Have a good one. Bye. Hey up, guys. So just showing the proof of this trade was taken on my live accounts. As kind of already shown in the trade recap, here is my live FTMO broker account history. Since this trade, I've actually taken another trade today on the 7th, so look forward to that video of a loss. But yeah, there it was at 14.55, 709. 709 was the fill price. Stop loss at 669. Stop loss at 669, and take profit was set at 869. There's our take profit, 869. Up top here for a nice 1 to 4. Just over, because this is compound 1%. So as we're not on 100 grand, we're actually on a little bit more. We get a little bonus as well, which is nice. FTMO, as I said, we actually went up to 106, 6.5%, but I've just taken a loss today, and I forgot to take a screenshot of this after the trade yesterday, although I did all this morning because it was a trade overnight. It was copied over to my challenge, and look forward to the challenge trade recaps where I was being way more aggressive and just been trading out my ass to see if we can hit the profit target, and I've made a bit of a mess about it, to be honest with you. But yeah, that win was on the challenge as well, and actually got us up to 5%. And yeah, had a few hits today. And that is that. Happy days. See you in a bit, guys. Bye. Okay, so let's have a look at our entry criteria in picture perfect format. So we're going to start off with demand. So we're looking for buys, and on the higher time frame, pro trend. Okay, so when you see me ticking the boxes, are we pro trend? This is kind of what I have in my mind, what we're seeing. Alright, we want to be seeing higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then when we come back within the previous range, it's important that we're back into the range. I don't want to be taking longs after the breakout. I want to see price pull back. Usually be a refined point of interest somewhere here. I'm happy to be pretty aggressive and just go straight for the 15-minute entry model combined with our 1-minute entry execution, obviously. But yeah, there's no real clean flips or anything we need to see. I just want to see demand, range, order flow, demand, swing structure, order flow, lows holding, highs getting broken, and this is simply trend is your friend. You know, if we start seeing that demand is still serving from these refined points of interest, then we're going to go with the flow, man. I also have, are we serving from a point of interest that created a flip and has inducement? All that good stuff, pro trend as well, because yeah, that's still great. You know, if this has been flipping levels and we've got inducement, we've got a point of interest, and we're pro trend, it's even stronger. So that's nice. But I'm happy to just simply go with range and swing structure, order flow. Okay. So moving over to still in the higher time frame, but now counter trend, and you can see there's a little bit more going on now because we want a bit more confidence, because you know we're kind of going against the grain here. So we want to see a bit more confidence. So are we serving from a point of interest that created a flip and has inducement? Okay. So you would see something like, again, we're still looking for buys, we're looking for demand, but you would see like supply creating lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, failing to create a lower low. Okay, coming up, testing this level of supply, which is a strong level because it broke structure. Okay, so it's got to test a strong level of supply. Still fails to create a new low, and then demand breaks supply serve, breaks out. Okay, and what you'll see here is, say this breakout stops, because when the market sees that there's more demand than supply in the market, there'll be a lot of orders and stops underneath the previous low, and that's our liquidity, that's our fuel for our counter trend move. Okay, so we want to be coming down, and like this could be X amount of time, this could be a couple of years, doesn't even matter. Now if we're seeing a strong high time frame setup like this, okay, and we've had all this price action happen, and then we've had supply is actually currently serving, but if we're in a strong point of interest that is like swept liquidity, got inducement and created a strong flip, then we can go down to our 15-minute entry model combined with our 1-minute entry model. Right, but really important, got inducement and it's created a flip. Okie doke. So that's our counter trend higher time frame. Okay, so now onto the 15-minute time frame. Now on 15-minute, there's no more pro or counter trend setups, it's just the same setup, either way we're going. Alright, so this is either the supply pulling back into our pro trend range, most recent range, yeah, or this is supply coming into our strong counter trend point of interest. Okay, and it's pretty much the same details as the counter trend. We see supply causing a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, lower high, but failing to create a lower low. we could see a bit of range price action going on here, creating liquidity, like a bit of indecision in the market or fair price, whatever you want to call it. And then supply, which is a strong level of supply because it broke structure. Yeah, it's come up. And now if it's going to continue the trend short on the 15-minute, it would have swept liquidity and create a new lower low, breaking this low here, right? So it sweeps liquidity, it's got a fair chance by having the fuel to do so, and still fails to create a new low. And demand holds. Now what's happened is demand has actually swept liquidity, mitigated some demand order flow, mitigated our pro-trend range, mitigated our counter-trend strong point of interest. Come back up, tested supply, supply is still failing, and actually breaks supply, okay, and has a flip. So do we have a flip? Sorry, do we have flip inducement? I've got these the wrong way around, really. Yep, so same details I just explained. You know, we'll see these breakout, market breaking out, and there'll be a lot of orders and stops placed underneath the previous low. That's the fill you want. So do we have flip inducement? Yes. Are we selling from a point of interest that created a 15-minute flip or above? Yes. So this is demand that basically broke supply serve, range flip, all the good stuff. And very important on the 15-minute as well is, are we serving from an area that's swept liquidity? Okay, because if you haven't swept liquidity, you become the liquidity. Alright? So yeah, that's our 15-minute entry model, yeah, both pro and counter trend. Then once we see all this setting up, and we've had the inducement, we're kind of pulling back now into the extremity, this is where we're looking for our 1-minute entry model. Boom, boom. This is game time. So yeah, this will be our 15-minute point of interest. I should have done this on all the time frames really. That's this badger. Now here. And what we want to see is, again, like price actions fractal, yeah? We want to buy, so we want to see that demand is serving. We want to see that there's more demand than supply in the market. Now we're seeing that on the high time frame, whether it's pro trend or from a strong point of interest that's flipped. We're now seeing that on the 15-minute time frame, that demand is a broken supply serve. And now we just want to see it on the 1-minute time frame. And if we see that, then probability is on our side that buys are a go. Little additional cherry, yeah, the Asian sweep. We'll like to see this as well. So this would be like the Asian market, and we'll come down around London, you know, after 7 AM, London Open. If we start seeing this kind of price action, it's even extra juicier, but it's not a must. It's just an additional cherry. So you'll see, yeah, on my entry criteria, the 1-minute entry model, do we have a minimum of 1-minute chock? Okay. Chock is basically a change of character, a change of trend. And the reason I had this 1 minute is because I have been aggressive in the past. This is more for me, that you see me go down to the seconds, and when I have like a real high probability or strong, you know, high time frame 15-minute point of interest, sometimes I can get carried away on the seconds, and you'll see a big push in on the 1 minute. You'll see like a 30 seconds setup and the flip and change of character and stuff, and then we'll get an entry, and all it does is it comes up to the previous high of the 1 minute and just continues the 1 minute trend short, does an extra sweep, and then goes. So I like a 1 minute chock. I want to see this minimum on the 1 minute change of character. But anyway, yeah, another little additional cherry would be that our liquidity is within our point of interest. You'll see supply coming down, lower low, lower high, lower low, excuse me, lower high, test this level of supply, fail to break the low, and then demand break. Okay, and again, on this little breakout in the 1 minute, there'll be stops and orders below here. This is the inducement and the fuel. Now, sometimes price does go from here, or you can call these the decisionals. But again, I just learned to personally, I just go from the extremities every time to keep the probabilities in my favour. So yeah, do we have a minimum of 1 minute chart? Yes. Has there been a flip? Yeah, so suppliers had a chance to continue the trend here, but it's failed and then got broken. Have we swept liquidity? Yep. This is the bit where we would have swept this liquidity, ideally within our 15-minute point of interest. And do we have inducement? Do we have fuel for the move to come? Yeah, just flip inducement is ideal. We want it before the flip. Okay, then that's when price will be coming back into this area here, and we'll be hitting market execute. It should be flying to the moon, and yeah, our trade management will be going from there. Cool. Okay, so obviously it's going to be the same for supply. I am going to make a quick little video for supply as well, just to get eyes on from the way. But that is what we're looking for in the trade to come.